Hello and welcome to this episode of Live with Kirsten. Thanks for joining. Please say hi if you're hopping in. I Today I'm going to be talking about dealing with constant complainers. So periodically, people will reach out to me with their current challenge, and I like to share information with others because generally, if one person's dealing with it, others are too. And so I heard from a woman named Katrina. I have her approval to share this. She's from Scotland, and she reached out with this question. I'm not going to read her whole letter, but you'll get the gist. See if this sounds familiar to anything you are dealing with or have dealt with. So she says, my question is, how do you reach out to someone at work who thinks they're doing all these tasks to the point that certain tasks they're supposed to be doing aren't done as much as they should? What should be added is that this person has complained high and wide about other people not doing some of their tasks. She also seems to have plenty of time for gossip with others and sitting about just looking at what everyone is doing. Um, all too frequently, she reports to me with all this information, even though we're in the same position. So I think you get the gist. So it definitely conjures up an image in my head of situations that I've helped clients deal with. So it's someone who is just hyper focused. If you ever watch Below Deck, I love watching reality TV and Below Deck. Certain members of the crew, if you've ever seen it, definitely think that they are way more overworked than anyone else. And everyone's tired and they're all working really hard and getting hardly any sleep. That's the reality. So, this would be something similar. So, this person is saying, like, what do I do about this situation? This person thinks that they're doing way more work than everyone else, but seems to have plenty of time to march around and gossip and talk and complain and all of that. It gets annoying. Constant complainers are annoying, whether you're dealing with them in your life or in your work. So, um, the I had several recommendations for this person, all of which kind of center around, well, except the last one, but they really center around try not to be the safe place for the person who's a whiner. People who tend to have an altered reality of facts and see themselves as so busy or, just want to complain in general, they're going to complain to the people who make it convenient and comfortable. And so if you commiserate in any way, shape, or form, or kind of ignite their motivation to go on and on, feel like that safe place to go and complain, you're going to become that person to them. And they likely have other people too. But so really the recommendations are around not making it comfortable for them. Now, this requires being assertive and setting boundaries for you. So if you've been a person who struggles with setting boundaries, you might be someone who is plagued by complainers who find you a safe place to come. So what I shared with her is that, you can certainly quickly acknowledge it seems like you're frustrated, but then, share from your perspective, kind of role model. I really just focus on what I'm doing. I don't really pay that much attention to what others are doing. Emphasize that you try to focus on just doing your best and you don't really pay attention to other people and their work. Like, really, like, what's in my control? You might also share that, gosh, I understand that you're frustrated, but I don't feel like this is efficient use of our time because between the two of us, this isn't something that we can fix. So again, if you get into like problem solving mode in any way, shape, or form, that doesn't serve a complainer. They're not looking for a solution generally. They're just looking to whine and complain. And so if you start talking about solutions, that's already going to kind of shut them down and be uncomfortable for them. So, and then just, or set a boundary and request that they not take you away from your work. Let them know. I hear that you're frustrated. I am very busy also. And because of that, unfortunately, I don't have time to chat right now. Maybe we can catch up later. Maybe you leave that part off if they if they take you up on it too often. But really, it's the number one recommendation is to set those boundaries. So again, kind of role modeling and sharing, like, here's from my perspective what I do. It's a little subtle. So it's, I get that you're feeling frustrated, but I don't feel like the two of us can solve this one. I'm sorry you're feeling that way, but probably not the best use of our time right now. Or I am really super busy. I'm so sorry that I don't have time to hear to have this conversation with you right now. I really need to focus on getting my work done. Really what you're modeling is, I don't wanna be the person that you're gonna be complaining about in a hot minute because you think I'm not working. Um, and request that they not take you away from your work. Again, just reinforce, I have too much on my plate right now, and I'm not able to engage in this conversation right now. It's okay because you are doing precisely what they want everyone to do apparently, which is just focus on their work. If you're taking time out of your own work to talk to them, you're gonna be that person who is not getting their work done. Uh, Number 2 is you can focus on the positive, and again, try to role model this for them or maybe just state quickly. So this isn't like on and on and on, but just very nonchalantly. And, you're not pushing them to adopt for sure your stance, but it's just kind of modeling it for them. Because it can be so annoying, but just share, I really, for myself, focus on bringing positive energy to work and maintaining that level of energy. And so I try to only focus on me and my energy. And I try not to kind of take any contrary information that would have me feeling frustrated. So, or I tend to just try to perceive and focus on, what makes me feel positive about my work. I want to feel good while I'm working here. So again, you're just kind of role modeling like, there might be some different perspectives that you could try on for size. Another one is kind of more globally. Now, this person went on to a little more detail about the work that they do. I'm not specifically sure the job titles, et cetera, but the third recommendation that I made was more globally, can they use checklists? Are they using checklists? So, checklists are great. One, you can make sure that the work is getting done, but two, it is a way to document who's doing what. So, either each person has their own checklist, or if everyone's sharing the same work and kind of grabbing bits and pieces of one project, each person signs off on their piece. So at the end, you actually have documentation and you can see, I don't know, maybe there's some legitimacy to this person feeling frustrated and like they're way busier than everyone else and doing all the work. The checklist would help substantiate that or could show, like, actually, it looks like things are pretty well allocated. And maybe you're doing a little less. I actually had that with a recent client. There was someone who was really frustrated about something, feeling like they were overburdened compared to everyone else. And it turned out they actually were less burdened. So it's really fun to add facts to people's assumptions and just see where those facts take you. So, again, those checklists are great. I mean, I recommend checklists all the time anyway for, again, documenting all the pieces of a project or ongoing tasks, or if there are certain things that are repeated daily, weekly, monthly, having those checklists just to make sure that everything gets done. But also, the secondary thing is that if people are initialing the work that they've completed, now you have a record of who's doing what, and you can kind of check the volume and compare. The last recommendation I would use as a last resort is talking to the boss. So whoever is the leader, um, let them know of the circumstance, the steps that you've taken to this point, and that it feels like it's a little beyond what you can handle. And again, maybe if you're not able to implement checklists and you don't have them, maybe you could just offer that up as a recommendation to the boss. Like, here's something that maybe would help. You could talk about how you've tried to role model, positive uh, bringing positive energy, et cetera, or setting boundaries around being pulled away from your work. So let them know the steps that you've taken and that you're not looking to get someone in trouble, but you really want to make sure that, they're not causing friction, igniting drama, wasting their own time and other people's time. Because, if they're talking to you a lot, they're probably talking to others as well. So, emphasize again that you're not tattletaling and do come with those solutions too. But so you're not being a complainer yourself, you're coming with solutions and that you have the good intentions to just make it a good workplace for everyone. All right, so I'll just cover those again super briefly. So if you're dealing with a constant complainer, the goal is to not be a soft place for them to land. Don't be that comfortable place, the ear for them to fill with all the complaints constantly. One simple thing is to set boundaries. Talk about how you really want to focus on your own work. Again, just make it be known to them that you don't want to be that the ear for them, that you don't have time, that you really want to focus on your work. The next is role model the positive energy that you bring to work and talk to them about that. That you really try not to focus on complaining or the complaints or any of the frustrations that are out of your control, that you really like to search for solutions versus just talking about things. And if there are solutions, that you'd be happy to discuss those. But otherwise, like, let's try to stay positive. And I like to create a positive work environment. Utilize checklists if you're not, recommend it to your boss if it's not something you can do yourself. And then, as a last resort, talk to your boss. Uh, Let them know what's happening, the steps that you've taken thus far, that you're not trying to be a tattletale, but they want to make sure that there's in a work environment conducive to being efficient and productive and getting work done. And a team that's focused on what they should be focusing on, which is getting the work done and serving the people you serve, whether it's clients, patients, whatever you call them, residents. So that's the quick recommendations for today. Thanks for listening. I hope that you got a few nuggets. If you did, shoot me a message or put a comment below, say hi, do pound replay if you've seen it. And if you have your own workplace drama happening, feel free to reach out to me. I can answer on another episode, or we can connect to see how I can help you strategize to overcome and defeat your drama. Uh, Being drama free is the way to go for sure. I also want to remind you that I have digital resources available 24/7, and you can access those simply by going to myimpactacademy.com/join. You can access audio, video, PDF downloads, all organized. You get 2 weeks for free, and then it's just $47 a month if you want to keep it. But go check it out. It's a great place to get a ton of resources around being a great leader, business owner, family business member, just being the best you, like how to engage in healthy conversations and relationships, all kinds of information there that I have created over decades. Yeah, so I am here to help. Reach out if there's anything I can do. Grab a spot on my calendar. That's super simple too. Just go to focusforwardcoaching.com/book call or send me a message wherever you're watching this video. Hope you're having a great day. Make it a good one, and I'll see you soon.